start?
Yeah, sure.
All right, I think we're going to get started. Maybe we can bunch up a little closer so you can all be in the picture.
Make the love.
There's another step, so come on, guys.
I think so.
We're gonna get started since it's so hot out here. Oh, look at So I definitely want to acknowledge my colleagues, the chair of the Committee on Higher Education, Inez Barron, Vinnie Gentili here, and Paul Vallone, council members. It's always a great pleasure to be in the presence of our speaker, Peter Vallone, and I know that we have our former colleague, Peter Vallone, Jr. here. Here we are. So it's really a good day to be here. So I want to thank everyone on this really hot day for being here. I'm excited to stand here today with all of you, great students. It's wonderful to see all of you, to announce and to celebrate a City Council investment that I know many present hold near and dear, which is the CUNY Merit-Based Scholarship, which we are investing in. For many young New Yorkers, CUNY represents an opportunity for high-quality, affordable education. With more than 480,000 students at 23 colleges and institutions in New York City, CUNY allows students to experience all that our great city has to offer, both in and out of the classroom. During our budget process that we just concluded recently, we came to the negotiating table with a shared commitment to ensuring that our next generation of leaders and thinkers has access to the resources and support they need. And Speaker Vallone knows this very dear and near to his heart, since when he was the Speaker of the Council, he introduced the Peter Vallone Scholarship. The CUNY Merit Scholarship is a testament to that commitment. In fiscal year 15, the New York City Council is investing $11.1 million into the implementation of this invaluable program. And I see we have our Senior Vice Chancellor here, Jay Hershenson. It's awesome, always is it great to see you. Oh, and Idanis Rodriguez, CUNY product and activist and advocate, so it's great.
Hi, Jay.
So this is going to provide merit-based scholarship to New York City high school graduates who maintain at least a B average at CUNY and at FIT. These are students who have maintained a high standard of academic excellence and represent some of the best and brightest hopes for our city's future. In fiscal year 15, scholarships of approximately $400 per semester will be available to first-year students, which is money for supplies, money for textbooks, we all know how expensive those are, and other tools students need to get the most out of their education. And as the cost of higher education rises, unfortunately, we must do everything we can to make sure that it remains within the reach of young people who are our city's future. We all hear the horror stories of our young people overly debt burdened, taking out student loans. Thankfully, we have great warriors in the Senate like Elizabeth Warren talking about trying to help allow students the ability to refinance their debt. But this is the place we find ourselves. So any opportunity to help students really reach that goal is all the more important. So the CUNY Merit-Based Scholarship represents our commitment to today to our city's tomorrow. That's really important. So I want to thank Councilmember Paul Vallone for his strong advocacy for this program, as well as Councilmember Inez Barron for her leadership as chair of the Council's Committee on Higher Education, and obviously all of my colleagues that are here. They consider this obviously very important and a priority. That is why they're here with us today. And thank you to all the students. You are our inspiration to all of us. Thank you very much. And with that, I'll hand it over to my very capable colleague, Paul Vallone.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. We did it! We did it! Let's hear it for our amazing speaker, Melissa Mark Viverito, everyone. It was through her leadership and the unity of this city council that we were able to stand here today and deliver a message to our children and to our students that we are with you and we are going to stand with you And we're going to issue you a challenge. And the challenge is you be the very best you can be and get that B average and strive for the very best, and we will stand with you and we will give you the financial support to achieve that dream, to get the best CUNY college education possible. And it was through a completely united council that we did that. And that's through the leadership of our speaker. And it's also through the foundation that was created by a man that I'm very honored to stand here today. He was there the day I was sworn in. He was there the day I was born. And today, I get to introduce our first speaker, my father, Peter F. Falone.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. This would not be possible without a speaker who had the nerve and the courage to do it, and without a committee chair that ran a great, great hearing. I'm very proud of you. I think you did a great job. Let's hear it for her, because it never would have happened. So her predecessor by the name of Helen Marshall many years ago, against my wishes, named the scholarship after me. And I try to emphasize then and now, it is not the name, it's the kids, it's the students that are important. My father had a dream, and I believe that dream is very true, that public education should be free from preschool through college, as it is in many countries in this world. I think everybody has the dream of an education that's affordable. And in my day, even when you went to places like Columbia and Fordham and things like that where I was admitted, we could afford to pay $1,000 a year, which was the whole tuition that cost back in the 50s and 60s. And we could have a part-time job, and that's what we can do now. With this help of $800 a year to full-time students, they can now get a job as a lifeguard like I did and other jobs like that to be able to pay for the rest of the tuition. And no matter what your family was, whether good, bad, or indifferent, every kid entering high school now doesn't have to fill out 1,000,000 pieces of paper to say, someday I can get an education from a great high school, public or private, any high school in the city of New York. And all I have to do is be good. That's all we're expecting any kid to do. Just be good, do your best, and the city, people like the public servants you see here now are going to help you get that start. What better could you do than that? We did an awful lot of good things when I was speaker. Things like safe cities, safe streets, things like campaign finance, things like no smoke, things like anti-discrimination, all wonderful landmark things. But nothing made me personally, or my colleagues more proud to know that we can help a student be as good or better than we are today. So thank you very, very much again, Mr. Speaker, and thank you, Mr. Chair.
And now we're going to hear from the chair of our Higher Education Committee, Inez Barron.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. It is so great to be here on this day, on this occasion. I'm glad that I'm here at the City Council at this time because there's a new insurgence, there are new people coming with an idea that we've got to restore the city to a level that has equity and offers opportunity to its citizens. Under the leadership of our speaker, and with collaboration with all of the members of the City Council, we understood that this was an important issue for us to come together and say, no, we want to add more, we want to add more, we want to add more. So we were able to bring it up to 11.1, and that's a great number. We're glad we're there. I am a proud alum from Hunter College class of January 1967. And I'm pleased to say that I was able to attend because I was able to show that I had a foundation from a public school system from K through 12th grade. I was a public school student. And because I maintained an average that was a minimum of a B average, I was able to go free of charge, no tuition. I'm glad we now have this scholarship, which represents some assistance for those who have to pay. My ultimate goal is to return us to a time when CUNY will be free for all of those who maintain an average and show that. And in addition to that, to provide a safety net type program as well for other students that haven't quite reached that, but have that desire and have that ambition and that dream to want to go on. We know that CUNY is a great institution. I'm glad that we're joined here by CUNY's Central Representative, and it's important that we work collaboratively to maintain the high standards. CUNY can stand ground against any of your private Ivy League schools, and we want to make sure that we maintain it in that degree. Again, I want to thank the speaker, my colleagues, and I want to say that we're also looking to appreciate that STEM initiative which the mayor has put in place. Education is so important. We've got to provide the opportunities for people to move on and to be able to function at a high level in the 21st century. Thank you.
Thank you. We've also been joined by Councilmember Rory Landsman, and I was remiss to say at the beginning and opening that I am a graduate of the Masters in Public Administration program out of Baruch College, so proud alumni as well. We're going to hear now from a couple of more people, and then I'll open it up also to my colleagues that are here. If they want to say a few words, we will ask our Senior Vice Chancellor, Jay Hershenson, to say a few words.
We just heard from the Speaker of the New York City Council, who reminded us that she remembers where she came from. And so I think we all ought to join in a tremendous round of applause for her leadership. Now, the chair of the Higher Education Committee talked about the various groups that are involved here. Look who's in the front of the room. This is an amazing coalition. We have the New York Public Interest Research Group, the Coalition for Students with Disabilities, the University Student Senate, the entire Vallone family. We have Rory, we have Vincent, we have Adonis Rodriguez, the former chair of the Higher Education Committee, now in charge of transportation. We have the current chair of the City Council Higher Education Committee. Everyone in the front of the room is surrounded by CUNY students who, after all, represent the wave of the future, and they deserve our strongest round of applause. This allocation by the New York City Council is not an expenditure. The speaker used the words investment. And the reason she used the word investment, I would put forth, is because our students remain in New York. They work here, they live here, they have jobs here. They will repay back that $800 many, many times over. They are the future. They'll be paying the taxes. They represent the stable tax base that this city needs in order to move forward. So this signal, which has been sent not only to CUNY students, but first and foremost to high school students, knowing that this program is now in existence, and to their families, because their families have to plan as well ahead. This is a powerful, powerful signal, and I think that it augurs incredibly for the priority that this City Council and our city is putting on higher education. And if I could do one last thing, I want to give our chair of higher education, who chairs an incredible committee that is so committed to the City University of New York and a City University of New York that's accessible and high quality, and that's Chair Inez Barron.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right, and now we also have the CUNY Student Senate Chairperson, Mohammed Walker Arshad, who's going to say
Thank you. Thank you. We achieved this goal together, as you can see in front of you, and I would like to highlight that we have one united City Council under the leadership of our Speaker, Lisa Mark-Viverito, and our beloved Chair of Higher Education Committee, whose door were always open since the beginning, since she took the leadership role for University Student Senate and our partners to work on this initiative and this carry out. And today we are standing in front of you to announce that we have $11.1 million that will benefit more than 13,000 students from every corner of the city. And we could not have just done it alone. And I would like to thank all the former speaker, all the Vallone Speaker Mark Viverito, Higher Education Chair Inez Barron, definitely Jay Hershenson, our Senior Vice Chancellor, NYPIRG, and all the students who came out numerous times testifying in front of City Council and working with Inez Barron and her staff to just work day in and day out and bringing more students and highlighting this issue. And this will be just first step. This will be first step towards the idea that our one united City Council has put forward. And the University Student Senate will work with City Council. And I would like to point it out that one united City Council just encourage student leaders like me and all the leaders that you see behind me to encourage them to get more involved with City Council and with the issues that face our communities today. And I would like to thank them for that initiative. and we're looking forward to a great partnership to build this New York City City Council scholarship to better and take so more students can take advantage from this scholarship. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, here briefly from our colleagues that are here, I'm going to ask Council Members Gentili to say a few words, followed by Idanis Rodriguez and Council Member Landsman.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Well, you've heard it. Great leadership brought us here today. The great leadership of our Speaker and our Chair of the Higher Education Committee, of Paul Vallone and his advocacy, on the shoulders of the great leadership that we've had in the past with Speaker Vallone and the Vallone brothers throughout the years. Because of this great leadership, we're here today to say that CUNY students who qualify will get $800 in scholarships through this scholarship program. And the good thing about this is that this is something that we offer to all students from all areas of the city, regardless of where they come from or who they are or how much they have in income. If they qualify based on their abilities and their grades, they can qualify for this scholarship. That's a great thing for all students throughout the city of New York. So I'm glad and proud to stand here with our Speaker and with all my colleagues. The Vallone brothers have done their dad very proud, and certainly I applaud our chair for a great time. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Councilman Rory Landsman from Queens. I represent Queens College, and more importantly, I'm a proud graduate of Queens College. It's great to be here with all these CUNY leaders behind me, future leaders of New York City, and that's really what this is. It's an investment in the future of our city, and one day, you know, we all won't be the leaders that we are. We'll be looking for a new generation of leadership, and that's the folks behind us. And this scholarship is really a step in making sure that CUNY is as strong as ever and that every kid in this city gets the same opportunity that I had and so many people here had. So Melissa and Inez, thank you so much. And of course to Papa Vallone, as we call him affectionately in Queens. There's so many things that those of us in Queens are proud of about Peter Vallone Sr. He listed some of his accomplishments when he was the Speaker, but perhaps most of all is your commitment to our education, to our kids, and we really are so grateful for the effort that you put forward to make this happen today. So thank you so much.
All right, and with that, thank you all for being here. Any questions? Idanis said he didn't want to speak.
Si se puede.
All right, anybody, any questions? All right. Well, thank you all. Yay!
Thank you, everybody.
Right there, making sure.